center, which we still have to do that, but it's already available at the City Hall.
Item number 14, consider approval of city manager's designation of an acting city manager to perform the duties of the city manager in his absence or disability pursuant to section 4.07A of the city charter as amended.
Like it says in the city charter, I had 60 days to make that recommendation. And I'll have to do it by letter to the city secretary. And the council does have to approve it. That's what it says in the charter, so I'm bringing it to the council with my recommendation. I did it in writing, as it stated, and recommended Paula Luck because she is current city secretary, and she does assist me on a day-to-day basis with this.
It's basically just a formality, laying out in advance that if you're out for an extended period unplanned, that there is an acting city manager.
If something happens to me, then she will serve in that capacity until the new city manager can be selected.
I make a motion we approve the city manager's designation of Paula Luck as acting city manager in the event of an absence or disability pursuant to section 4.07A of the city charter.
Second. Have a motion second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Staff update.
I spoke with the 928 Lighted today. They have a second dumpster coming to demo the rest of the installation inside the house. He's coming in tomorrow to pull the substandard permit and to pull his building permit and carry on with activities to rehab the house.
So he's pretty good at that for a while, right? I mean,
It's been 30 days, yes.
previous owner got all their stuff out there.
Yes, and all the waste has been removed.
That's a lot.
Yes.
He's moving on then.
And that dumpster has been taken to a different landfill.
Really?
Yes. Um, 1605 Montrose, I had a meeting with them last Thursday, and Stephanie from North Point, and all the contractors that would be working on this project. I got an email from them yesterday, and they are going to be closing on the property on July 12th. At that time, we'll bring back to council for an update, the order.
This is another new owner's buying it.
Yes, this is a rehab property management company. They're out of Fort Worth, and like I said, she had the plumbers, electricians, and mechanical all there at the same time, and the project was discussed in great detail. And one of the details was the carport would be removed, being the first thing as their project.
I feel like they got the means to do it, to do
Yes.
what they say they're gonna do this time.
Yes, this is a different company than the guy that came in here and wanted to make it a quadplex. And 4711 White Oak, he has active permits and he is actively working on it.
It says 09.
Oh, no, sorry.
Anyone have any questions for Steve? Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
Okay, number 16, update from our city manager.
I presented to you the general EDC and crime district tax report, showing you for a 1-year period. And also in looking at our budget year, we proposed a collection of $561,000 from both the general and the EDC. So far to date, we've collected $434,358, or 77.4%. And being as we're heading into the last quarter, we're pretty close to our estimated proposal. On the crime district, we proposed $187,000, and we collected $144,000, and again, 77% of the amount that we proposed. I'm estimating we might be a little short of that, but we'll see. You never know in the time frame, but there have been several months that they're gone up here lately. So we're projecting that we'll be very, very close to what we proposed. Second thing I wanted to talk, there's some new legislation out there that I wanted to talk to you about. One is the tax cap, and it appears that for a town under 30,000, there is a little bit of possible wiggle room, but still it is capped at 3.5%. Also, there is, and Betsy may know more about it than I do, about the international code adoption that's going to set the criteria for the materials.
My understanding that hasn't been signed by the governor yet.
That's what I understand.
At the seminar, I was at a city attorney seminar last week. But that is going to take away our authority, even under a zoning ordinance, to regulate building materials. If a building material is permitted in the International Building Code, then we will be required to allow that.
Even in special districts and things, overlays everywhere?
So all the siding and all those issues.
Metal, not kidding.
Metal and red, like a house made out of metal?
TML, it hasn't been signed by the governor, so there's still hope. But, I mean, cities like South Lake and, are pretty excited about this. There's always...
In a negative way.
Yes.
Yeah.
There will always be deed restrictions, but that's going to be up to the property owner. So Bryn in our office is going down, and there's a committee with Scott Houston to address a lot of these issues, how this doesn't affect River Oaks, but how our city is going to be dealing with the new annexation rules that have taken away the ability, in most cases, to voluntarily annex. How we're going to deal with Senate Bill 2. As Marvin said, you do have a little bit of leeway. Senate Bill 2 is the cap. That doesn't apply to this year. Except for very few things that really are substantive. So your manner in adopting your taxes this year will be the same. Senate Bill 2 goes into effect September 2nd. I have not memorized all the calculations, but generally, high overview, a city of under 30,000 still has the 3.5% cap, but you can go up to 500,000 over last year's. It's not called the effective rate anymore. It's called the no new revenue rate, and then it's called the voting rate. And
What's the higher of 500,000 or 3.5%?
up to 8%, up to what used to be the rollback rate. So I think most of my little cities, I think, are going to be in pretty good shape. There are all sorts of little catches and rules that apply. So.
But I believe that 500,000 is based on the previous 3-year calculation on the taxes.
Is it?
Yes.
So it's an average?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't. We are working on trying to sort through it. TML is working on trying to sort through all this. So, I mean...
We would be far below, our 3.5% would be way more popular.
Yeah, I think you guys would be okay. But there are, changes to open meetings, open records. I don't know just a lot of really bad things came out of this.
Speaking of that, if we got anything from TML, have they come out with any legislative updates that they usually have after the...
I've got one. It's basically a summary of, this year there were over 335 bills that affected cities. So if you go to the TML website, the legislative update is there that you...
But they used to do those satellite trainings.
There's one going on next week in Austin, I think. TML is overwhelmed right now. so